Hello there, and you're very welcome to Gray and Angles. My name is Aderinsola. I'm your host. This is my podcast. I'm excited to be here again. It's a brand new year, and I have my homegirl with me, Annie, in the building.
Hi, hello everyone.
All right, this is Eniola. She's acting all, prim proper, but I'm sure when we get into it, Eniola is gonna come out.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so happy that you came on the show. This is Eniola, by the way. She's my buddy. We met about a year ago.
Yeah, about that time.
1 year ago, and it's been. I like. You're December 6th, I'm December 10th.
Right.
So yes, we have
So
one
we're
or two.
Sagittarius.
Yes.
Sagittarius energy.
Energy, bring it. Right. So if you know anything about our kind of energy, you know that we're authentic. We're real. We don't do fake. I like how a lot, because when I reach out or when she reaches out, we keep it 100.
Yeah.
We're like, let's go hang out. We do what we got to do. Go back, and everybody's fine. And when we meet, it's all good vibes,
Good energy.
good energy, and great conversations too.
Right.
And that's why I reached out to her. I was like, baby girl, I beg, I need you on the show. And I know that I had given Eniola a different topic. I had spoken to her about what we would be discussing. It was something entirely different. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, hold up, this is the first episode. Happy New Year, by the way, guys. Happy New Year. Welcome to the year 2024. Are you excited about the new year?
Yeah, I'm very excited, even though I'm not the type that, like, I see it as another day, right?
Okay.
But, just thankful for, getting into another year, that everyone that I know that is close to me, we are all, excited to,
Thankful,
we're thankful for a new 2024. So let's see what it brings.
All right. Let's see what it brings.
Yeah.
In the light of that, when I changed the topic, sorry about that. When I did change the topic and I came at you and I'm like, okay, let's talk about New Year resolutions, because this is the first episode airing in 2024 for me. And I was like, let's talk about resolutions, and not in the light of what your resolution was, my resolution, more like, gray and angles of it, but we'll get into it. But I was thinking this afternoon, I was like, wait, you and I met last year at Bomb Boot Camp, gym. And that's like, new year, new me. I'm going to get this body back. Let's go. So I was like, what are the odds that that's the topic that I'm throwing at you? Considering that we met at a new year, new me kind of environment.
Yeah.
We met at the gym, Born Boot Camp. She's even looking, me go still they go, or do you go? It's true now, me that I still go. But even though my sister it as well. This fupa, I don't know. One day, maybe not, but whatever.
Right?
Yeah, so we met at the gym, and it was a new year, new me kind of experience last year. And here we are, 2024. And it's like when you go all over social media everywhere, even before the advent of social media and the craze, people would talk about their New Year resolutions, what they want to do afresh. It's almost like a clean slate. There was someone I blocked last year, and then January 1st, let me unblock this person and start afresh. There's just this mindset of starting things afresh, which is beautiful, because people forgive people hug, people think about it. It's like a newness. You go to work, you want to do better. And I like that angle and that part of it. But another part of it that, comes to my mind, because I'm an angle person, another point of view is the pressure that it brings. So I honestly want to know, you've talked about how you feel about the new year, like it's just another day, but how do you feel about, have you ever had a time when you were serious about your resolutions, like January, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, or have you always been I don't really care? It's just another day.
Okay, so about New Year, we have to look at our culture, right? Growing up in Nigeria, it's like a cultural thing. Like, oh, New Year, it's we are about to go into another year.
Right.
So like, December 30, like right from Christmas, it's always like, oh, December 31st, New Year, New Year, new me. So it's like a culture for us. So everybody kind of participated. Me, I'm not left out, right? So I used to like have some friends that I have like grudges with, and they always be like, oh, New Year is approaching. You need to
clean the slate.
So I kind of like go to them, make peace, and we be like, okay, we have our New Year resolution. This year, I'm not going to be talking to some kind of people anymore. I'm going to be keeping my energy for something good. So, of course, yes, there was a time that I was like, oh, New Year is coming. I need to set my resolution.
Right.
But, as time goes on, we are growing up. Now we have our priorities set. We know what we are doing. The world is not so obscure anymore. We can see better, right? We know what life has been. We know what we want for ourselves, and we know that a new year is just another day. Now,
another day in the calendar.
It's just another day, but like we said, a day is what you make of it, right?
Right. 100.
So when Christmas was coming, Christmas too was another day, but we know, oh, that's the day.
Special day.
Christians, they celebrate that kind of thing. So New Year, okay, it's a special day, but right now I have my priorities set on something else, right? I know if I want to like set resolutions for myself, I know I can set it any time of the year. True. I know now all you need to do is just put your mind to something, whatever you want to do. You can start December 30th. You can start December 1. It's just about, whenever you set your mind to do something, you can achieve it.
You can achieve it.
So, so that's me. And what I think about, people that are still setting resolutions, I don't mind. Everybody's free to do whatever they want.
True.
I still want people to have that belief that, oh, this new year, this new me, if it's working for them, fine.
By all means.
By all means.
Go ahead.
Set your resolutions, set your plans, set your goals, try to meet them. But, according to
vision board,
but according to like a study that I, read about, it's like they said in fact, almost 70% of the people that set resolutions at the beginning of January, they don't even make it up to the end of January before
everything
goes out of the window, right? So by all means, whoever it is that feels that this works for them, they should go ahead, set that goal, go through with it. Some people, they need a kind of remembrance, right? They need something to push them.
Right. So that's like they
need something to push them.
Right.
They need
the pressure.
So when, they need that motivation. Some of them don't have it, and some they still believe in it. They believe, oh, come January 1st, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna start hitting the gym.
I'm drinking too much alcohol.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop drinking less alcohol. I'm gonna, stop. Maybe stop partying. I'm gonna go close to God.
Partying,
go close to God more. Worship God more.
Right.
It works for them. Right. And I would still love for some people to still bask in that euphoria. I can still make it, new year, new me, that kind of thing. But if it doesn't, if it works for you, fine. And if in another way it doesn't work for you, you can set your goal at any time in the year, and you still go through with it, you still achieve it. By all means, do.
All right.
So that's
great
my
thinking.
point.
So I like it. You have too much sense. So, Gray and Angles, right? I think one of the things that motivated me to start this podcast is personally, I grew up, I am a product of culture, of family, of my culture, doctrines, religions. And I found myself, having to shed off a lot of pressure, not because anybody's holding me, but what will people say? What will people think? How will it be? This is not how it's done, So a lot of times, what motivated this podcast, as I was saying, is the need to shed off unnecessary pressure so that we can live better. As human beings, I want people to watch this show, listen to the deliberations, the banters, enjoy the gist because it's sweet gist. But then at the end of the day, feel better with their lives, move on with their lives better. So sweet resolutions, I like that you said some people need that motivation.
Right.
But now I want to address people who end up feeling like failures at the end of the year. Because there are two sides to it, or many sides and many angles to it. It's nice to know that, let's go, we hit the... But then I want to address people who, at the end of the day, look at the goals and feel like failures. I read up on the history of resolutions, and it was really in the springtime, about 4,000 years ago. The Babylonians, they had their, I think it's Akitu or Azatiku festival or something, but it was more about agriculture, because that was like the main thing they used to do then. So of course, spring, that's when everything is springing up, and so they would start, that was their official year start, start of the year. And then they would start the year, and then they would do things right and decide to be better by returning people's hoes and cutlasses that they took since December, that did not return, all the shovels. They would return it to the owners, and then hope that by their good deeds, that the gods or their God will bless them, bless their agriculture, bless their farming, and everything like that. Until Julius Caesar came thousands of years after that, and then created the calendar year, and January 1 was the beginning of official beginning of the year. That's when we moved it to. Then if not, it's supposed to be sometime in spring that we'll be shouting Happy New Year. So the intention for resolutions, intention for resolutions is amazing. But then if we're not careful in life, when you want to do something good, it might just have a very funny effect. Like you set out to do something good, outcome, right? So people set out to do good stuff, and then in the end, they end up
feeling disappointed.
So the whole idea of resolutions is cute, is nice, but someone out there needs to hear that it's okay for you to, number one, not have resolutions at the beginning of the year. It's okay for you to, if you have, get to the end of the year and not feel like you messed up. You understand what I'm saying? Because that pressure is what I'm not about. Like, I'm at that stage in my life where I'm like, any pressure, cut, razor. What's that thing they say? Get it out of here, I don't want no pressure no more, because life as an adult, they pressure you. Enough pressure. Like, whether you get kids or you don't get kids, you got to pay bills. It's enough pressure. So anything that you can do without, any pressure you can do without, by all means, I'm for it. So I feel like, resolutions are great, but where do we draw the line of feeling weak? There are some people that, if that resolution no work, we move, But there are some people who are like, maybe me, who's quite emotional, will get to December, open up that book and feel like,
what have I achieved? Right?
What have I achieved? I failed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you feel about that? Like, what do you think is the best way to go about not pressuring yourself? Because it's some kind of pressure. Because, I mean, you can just wake up on January 1st, Monday, 2024, let's go, another day, another hustle. But when you put something into writing, or you tell it to someone, or you declare it as a mission, you kind of pressure yourself into, you must do it, and no how, you get to a point where you're like, I did mess up. It's not working. If you think deeply and you mean well, some people are like, okay, we'll go again next year. But what do you think is the best way to, like, let's take this pressure off, to take off that pressure? I mean, somebody created New Year resolutions over 4,000 years ago. Someone today is suffering because they put dates somewhere, they put resolution somewhere, they put, everybody just carrying it on their heads. And as nice as it is, some people get messed up by it. That's why some people get into depression, because they feel they don't achieve.
Yeah, so about that. So first of all, there are two ways to see things, right? So what I mean is, in a way, it's either you see it as pressure or you see it as you
Motivation.
going for your goal. Do you get? So if someone sets a resolution, first of all, they know what they want, right?
Hopefully.
They are the ones that be like, okay, this is what I want, right? So they're going for it. Or you can see it another way. You can see it as, oh, this is my goal. This is what is going to benefit me in the long run. Or you can see it as, oh, I'm pressurizing myself. Do you get? So there's a thin line between you setting a goal and going really hard for your goal at it, or you seeing it as, oh, this is just pressure. I'm just pressurizing myself. Right? So one thing is, I just think everybody should try to, like, figure out themselves. Figure yourself out. Know what you want, right?
Right.
So there's nothing wrong in you setting a resolution or setting up a goal.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong in you following through with that
goal.
Right. But there are some processes that can make you feel pressured. Right. Okay. Probably
get your pen and paper. Wisdom speaking.
Probably you want to build a house. So in 2024, I have to build a house, right? Okay, in that 2024, from January till December, all you could do is gather the money that you can only use to buy land, right? By all means, buy that land.
A step in the right direction.
So that's a beginning for you. So that's what I'm talking about, process, right? Do not say because you have to buy a land and at the same time build a house, you will now pressurize. That's where the pressure comes in.
Unrealistic goals.
Yes, when you set that unrealistic goal and you'll be like, okay, what takes some people 5 years to do, you want to do it in 1 year.
24 hours safe.
In 1 year. It's being unrealistic. Now you are mounting pressure on yourself. Right? So if in 2024, the only thing you could do is gather money, buy land, by all means, do only that. Take it a step at a time. Take it a step at a time. Do not, as long as you are not running more than you're supposed to, then I think by all means make some resolutions. But you know what? Do not feel pressured. That's one thing. Do not take everything to heart. Like even if you're emotional, I'm an emotional person too. But yeah, I am emotional too. Right. But with time, you just see that you're growing up. Growing up means you're letting go of so many things that can like pressurize you, things that can rob you of your peace of mind.
Rob you of your peace of mind.
By all means, be at a space where, or at a time where you can say, I let my mind speak to me. I speak peace into myself. Be at a place where you always speak peace into yourself.
Deliberate living.
Be deliberate about everything. Everything is about intention, right? Be intentional about yourself. If all you can do right now is just take care of yourself and, pay your bills and maybe eat your food and maybe take care of your family, then you're doing well. So one thing we always think is at every point in time, oh, this is what I want to achieve. But you don't know that place you are, someone is praying to be in there. That space, that position. So like, if you want to buy a house, I know you've set resolution, I want to buy a house in 2024. If by all means you are able to save just 10% of that, down payment or whatever it is you want to use to buy that house, just be thankful that you are there and work towards it, but at your own pace. Do not feel pressured. Do not feel any disappointment. Don't feel disappointed. And it's, even like to your kids, like if they are taking baby steps, be okay with it. Know that everybody,
thing too.
Know that everyone goes at their own pace. And do not ever forget that God, whatever God has destined for you that you're going to do, that's what you're going to do.
Akosile.
You're not going to pass that. So at that pace you're going, know that God knows how you're going. Some people will fly. God can say you crawl, and you're going to crawl.
If you like grow wings, you crawl with the wings.
You will crawl with the wings. So eventually, you're going to get there. Do not feel, by all means, set your goals.
Please have your
resolution.
Have your resolutions.
Go at it. Go through the pressure. But one thing about you cannot do is feel too pressured that you're now feeling so disappointed and so down and so depressed. Do not do that. When that pressure is getting too much, drop everything. And I'm saying everything. Be at peace. Go and find your peace.
Be still.
Calm down. Yes.
Be still. Yeah.
Find that peace. Bask in the euphoria that, God is still keeping you alive. You have, money, you're okay, you're still comfortable. And you know what? Sometimes you drop something and you go and pick it up years after.
Tell me about it, sister. If you know the project.
You drop something and you go back at it years later, months later, weeks after. You can, like, I'm talking about even our people going to nursing school, right? Like everybody wants to become a nurse. You go to school, you read. drop it. If it's robbing you of your peace of mind, drop it at some point. You know what? Go and take care of yourself. Come back when
Take care
your
of
mind,
yourself, your
yeah,
mind. Where's the
mentally,
mind?
take care of yourself. Once you know that, okay, now mentally, I don't feel pressured anymore. Every other aspect is good. Now I can read. Then go and pick it up. I mean,
Yeah.
don't do that to yourself. Don't not even now that now you now maybe have a kid you're taking care of, or maybe now you have some bills you're paying. Now you don't kill yourself. You cannot.
No go kill yourself.
No,
Oh.
no, go kill yourself.
No go wound. Oh.
No
You know,
wound.
I love the way you're breaking it down. You know, because I'm like, me, this year do I have resolutions? I don't even know. Like, it kind of feels odd if you're not excited about the new year. It's almost like a devil. Like, what is wrong? Everyone is screaming. Like, that countdown is a big deal. I was in church and we're like, 5, 4, 3.
Three.
The philosopher in me is like,
and then
you know, and then at the same time you have churches in that's another one I'm going to go to. Everyone, this is my I'm not saying that, I mean, we have our word. I'm Christian, so we have our word for the year, you know, multiplication, and you want to believe in it. But then you and I know that they gave us word last year, and as at December, not everybody, you know, so the key for this is, I mean, my angle that I would, because your angle is different from mine. My angle will be, hey, it's okay for there to be a word. There's this saying, I can't remember who said it, like it was Karl Marx or something, like, I can't remember, I'm not sorry. Religion is the opium of the masses.
Of the masses, yes.
You know, so I would approach that topic on another day, the topic of religion. I subscribe to religion 100%, you know. I mean, well, not 100% because religion is different from spirituality, but that's another topic, you know, but we need that safe space. We need that thing, that hope that every human being desires. We all need that sense of, you know, hoping for something, for something. It's okay to hope. It's okay to resolve to do things better this year. It's okay to, do you know how many times people were getting to 250 camps at boot camp, and I'm like, oh, I should have made it to 50 this year.
Right.
To God be the glory.
Right.
You know, but there were years that I would look at myself and be like, you could even make 100 and people are making 250, you know, and it would make me sink. And then the next year we go again, and I keep mounting pressure on top of myself. So it's okay for you to dream about, like she said, building up a house. But then when you dream about building that house, and if all you get is a plot of land, you know, or you paid first installment for that piece of land in December, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No, do not.
Don't pressure yourself.
No, do not even go there.
Yeah. So make those resolutions. Have those resolutions. You know, if they call it your year of multiplication, your year of manifestation, your year of rest, it's okay to key into it. But do not let that be the reason why you lose your peace. That's where I have a problem. Key into anything. Key here, key there, key anywhere, you know. But at the end of the day, if it is beginning to rob you of your peace,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No.
So if mid-year you look and say, but Shebi, they say it's year of rest. I don't feel at rest. Well, I mean, you can find a way to feel at rest, whatever. But make sure that you are not feeling guilty.
Right.
Guilty
to the point where you're so irritated, you're depressed. Why?
Right.
See, count your blessings, okay? Somebody else is praying for what you have.
Someone wants 2 feet where you have 2, you know.
Yes.
Right.
Count it. So that's one shit I would like put out there. When you feel down, you feel depressed, and you're like, okay, this thing, I set this goal or this resolution for myself, I've not met it. One thing you should do is count your blessings. When you sit down and think about how far you've come, you just see that, you know, you're just being unreasonable because, man, I'm talking about thousands of people out there don't even have where to sleep at night.
My sister, sometimes I tell my daughter, what we have is not normal. Not because I want her to be a sad person, but I want to put her in touch with reality.
So, and that's the reality.
I'm like, you know, it's not okay. So who are we thankful to? God. Because what? He gave us this. Do you know He healed you? Count your blessings.
Yeah. Don't that pressure, just drop it.
No pressure.
You don't
So
need
2024 is our year of no pressure. You know, I really love this topic. It's timely. I think it's timely. I think someone out there, you need it.
Yeah.
You know, I need it. You need it. We need to constantly remind ourselves that it's okay to set goals. It's okay to have vision boards. Those days when we were in our church in Nigeria, then say, picture of your car. The car that you want, picture of the check, of course, because the pastor will say that he's done it before, you know. So I'm not against those things. Don't get it wrong. That's topic for another day. But then I had this Kia Sportage, like I put it on my wall, brown, chocolate brown. So, bro, you know, I even wrote out the check. You know, it's
well.
So
I don't know about that. You know, Christians do that. I'm a Muslim, so I can't even relate.
You can't relate.
We don't do all that. What we do, we believe in, you know, we believe in just praying for whatever you want. We don't set, you know, those kind of,
like, you know, where visualize. I think Christianity these days, I mean, especially in Nigeria, kind of like borderline crosses with motivational speaking and, you know, life coaching and
when something happens to someone, like in the negative way, they be like, I
know, right? I know. That's see. The day we'll talk about religion, you probably come on the show. Right?
It brings down your spirit again. So you're like, oh God, I told you this. No, just like, know that
when I was robbed,
everything will not go.
I was robbed on Anthony Bridge. What year was that? Whether 2007 or 2006 or 2007. It was Valentine's Day safe. Oh, my boyfriend that year, we were having issues. Yeah, just broken my heart. And then I carried my phone. I was supposed to meet up with my friend and her own boyfriend. Okay, you people, when you finish Valentine, let me come and hang out with my friend. I was out going on the bridge. That's how somebody, first time they ever robbed me in Lagos. There were more times after that. Wow. It's like, hey, give me this. And the moment the guy took the phone, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, but I pay my tithe. You know, so those are the pressures that we put on ourselves. And that's
unrealistic.
Yeah, that's the reason why this show or this podcast is here. Because you see those things, because me, I mean, what you say is what, like, if you tell me, drink it and in 5 hours you feel better or you grow taller. I don't think, what does 5 hours mean? I'm like, 5 hours is 5 hours, and I drink it, having faith. So the moment I drink it and it doesn't work, for me, it's failed. That's a gray area because you told me, drink it, 5 hours time. I drank it. I did everything. Don't tell me that there's something in between that. So that's to let you know that it's not a drink it and there are other factors in between which make it about gray areas, you know. So sometimes, even though your pastor has told you that when he put his own vision board up, it worked like magic, you know. Somebody that entered inside the airport in Nigeria and came out to France. Well, the Lord be with you.
Yeah, things like that.
You know, so people talk about stuff, but there are times that people don't tell you the nitty-gritty of how these things come to be. So you also look at it like, but Ashagun, he wrote resolution in December. He picked microphone and he said when he dropped 25,000, his last 25,000 in church.
He got 25 million.
Got 25 million. I dropped 25,000. I didn't get 25 million. Then you dip. Bro, there was someone that gave a testimony about a car one time and I was like, hey. And then someone was like, I introduced him to the person that he bought the car for him. He hasn't even finished paying. And I'm like, oh wow. You know, I mean, a lot of times see, I'm putting many topics inside this, but a lot of times, all of these things, we see things because of what's happening with other people, what's happening to other people, and we just believe, okay, why is it not happening for me?
Do you know some people are even pressurizing God? I'm telling you,
God to say, no pressure me.
Like, do not stop with the unrealistic goals. Just stop. Like, stop. If you can. That's why they always say, what is the process, right? Don't just say, oh, this is what's, even at work, right? They'll tell you, if you want to set a goal, what do? You have to set an achievable goal.
Yeah, you put a percentage or a number to it.
You know, it has to be smart. It has to be achievable, right? It has to be timely. So don't set the kind of goal. Okay, someone wants to become Aliko Dangote. He said he wants to become it 2024.
Oh, yeah, no.
Do you know what process he has gone through? Even if you have his money, You might not be grounded like him.
Right.
You might not have his own investment.
Even if someone throws you a whole Dangote company,
I'm
tomorrow
telling you will be it will be overwhelming. Yeah, you're gonna sink it because what? He has gone through that process. He has gone through it.
You can't buy it in the market.
It has made him who he is now. And some in Nigeria, some 16-year-old boy wants to make what maybe a 50-year-old man wants to control what he's controlling. You might have that money, but you get that experience and that skill that he used to get to where he is. You might not have it.
You don't even have it now as a 60-year-old.
Don't set that kind of resolutions or goals that you know that are not timely, they're not achievable, they're not smart. So just have hope in God, right? But do not have the kind of hope where you're not even working towards achieving that goal you're setting. And God always bless your processes. If he knows you're putting in work, and set that goal, dream really big, like they say, dream really big, but at the same time take baby steps. That's the only way you will not feel so disappointed in yourself, so depressed. Go hard at it, but when you achieve just that little thing, be thankful, give it your all, but take that baby step. Know that there are processes to things, there are ways that you everything doesn't happen overnight. Just know that.
Yeah. There are miracles, though.
Yeah, there are miracles. But even with God can decide to change your story overnight, right? But my sister, you must have put in some process. You must have put in some work. Don't just,
like a skit maker that just blows, and people say he just blew, and I'm like, no. If you can look at that person's page, he or she has been grinding since 1922.
It is not just blow. They put in work. They've been believing God for that day when they are gonna, get that favor. Right. Just like the umbrella song that is blowing now. Nas Boy has been putting in
the work. He was fake Davido.
He first came in as fake Davido for people to notice him. Before you know it, he started doing his skits. And now look at it. And he has been an artist all those times. He's been singing.
Look at Mohbad. When you look at some of his pictures and videos,
some of his songs, we didn't even get to hear them until when he died, and everybody started hearing about it. Right.
That has such a huge portfolio.
Thank you. But that process is what people don't know, and that's why they always say, maybe just don't let it out all to people like, oh, I want to buy a car this year. So that if you don't buy that car, it wouldn't be so disappointing to you. And so you just be like, okay, I didn't buy a car, but I bought steering.
I mean, I know.
I'll be buying I'll be buying the parts small.
Lola.
So that's when you have it only in your mind, you can say, okay, I didn't achieve this, but it's okay.
A lot of times that disappointment comes from, what will people say? So if you and maybe your group of friends do this whole resolution thing, some people will excel more than others. And that's just the honest truth about life.
That's just this life.
And not because you're not putting in the effort. Sometimes somebody's grass will be greener than the other person. Yeah. Sometimes somebody's plant will sprout, and in the roots there's nothing there. Sometimes your plant is shorter, but your root is deeper. Yes, your story. See, life is up, down, bass, boost, left, right. It's not black and white. It's anything. It can turn anyhow. So anything will go make you the pressure yourself.
Cut it off.
Block it. This year, if somebody comes to you with anything that'll pressure you,
just tell them no pressure.
No pressure. I swear to God, like, what are the things that you think are kind of like, realistic things that people would put on resolutionable items?
So like I said before, you can, like me now, for one, and this year I'm believing and I'm praying to God that, God, I want to buy a new house. I want to, okay, that's me, right? So I believe if you have it in your mind, okay, resolution things, okay, you want to buy a new car, you can put that, it's doable, right? You want a new job, you want to move up. You want to move up from probably the position you are in right now into, an elevated position at your job, It's doable. You want to get a new job. It's doable. You want to go to school. Okay, I want to become a nurse, right? You want to start in 2024 by first of all taking your prerequisites. In order for you to go to nursing school,
Right.
it is doable. You want to set goals that that when you put when you put in work, you can
when you put
achieve.
in work.
When you put in that work, you'll be able to achieve it, right?
Yeah.
So those are like things that you can set resolution, and there are some resolution. Yeah. So I also remember that for me, I'm like energy this year. My energy, I want to save it for good things, right? I don't want to save my energy for people that would drain my energy. I don't want to be around.
Any friend will go make it a shalai.
I don't want to be around all family members, whoever it is that can drain your energy. I don't want to be around someone that would drain my energy this year.
I like that resolution.
I want to preserve my energy for something that would benefit me. So those are and also achievable. I want to be friendlier. Maybe you've not
you
been.
Want to give more.
Maybe you've not been that friendly person. Maybe I want to open my heart more to meet people. I want to go out more this year. I want to make more connections. Those are the kind of
and
things.
If in November you discover that you only went out twice, how would you feel?
I'll still be okay.
Okay.
I'll still that's that thing we were talking about, right?
Right.
For you to be able to draw that line between I'm disappointed and it's okay.
Right.
That line, you have to be able to recognize it. When you get there, know that it's okay to be okay.
It's okay
to be where you are,
right.
and be like, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. So if you're crying, there are times you're going to cry. There are times you're going to be happy, but it's okay. Just always give yourself that pat on the back, because let me tell you,
be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Nobody give yourself that grace. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody.
Be gracious to yourself. I was going to do a short video about that. Being gracious to yourself.
To yourself, yeah. Give yourself that grace. Yeah. Know that. Right. Pat yourself on the back. Be like, you know what? You got it. You'll be fine. It's okay.
It's okay.
Make
be
it
kind
your word.
to yourself.
It's okay.
It's okay to, not let things happen, for things to not happen just as you've written it. Next year you go ahead and look, the people you're looking at on the other side, the grass is green now on the other side. That's what I thought before I took the ride. You'd never Adekunle Gold 2020, 2018, or whatever.
You never know what they're going through.
You never know. You never know what someone else is going through. You can just look and feel like, why me? Why am I not doing things enough? Why are things not happening for me? Please, my brothers, my sisters in the Lord, do not think about it that way. Yeah. Do not pressure yourself. Have resolutions, but like she said, those goals, make sure that they're measurable. Like I had a goal of buying a car. How much was my salary then? I wanted to buy Kia Sportage. I was looking for miracle. How much was I? Less than 100K in the back then. And I wanted to buy a car of point something million. It wasn't realistic. Maybe I was looking for, we come from a culture where we look for that big miracle, like you just wake up and say, from nothing to something, grace to grass, grass to grace.
Grace story.
We are very big on that.
And do you notice that, like a lot of people that have blown, people that are blown, like artists, it's after they blow, they will come and tell you, oh, I used to stay in Ajegunle.
Bro,
before they blow, you wouldn't know. The process, you don't know.
Who they met, the sacrifices they made.
You would not know. It's after they blow, they'll be like, so you will not be like, oh,
this year I must sell album.
It's between 2 years. They might have been grinding for 10 years coming.
Yeah.
And you would not know. So it's most times people celebrate your results, right? They don't know but you just have to put in that work.
You put in the work.
Yeah. So you can also be proud at the end of everything. This is what I achieved. So I'm grateful. So
yeah. So and be careful when you're listening to Aspire to Perspire, because Aspire to Perspire does not necessarily tell you the middle picture. I'm not saying don't aspire to perspire. Perspire to refire. Do whatever you want to do, but to acquire. I don't want my boss. I thought that thing. I said, "How are you doing today?" She said, "I'm trying to perspire. I'm aspiring to refire. I'm just perspiring." I said, Rest in peace. She's linked now. She was so sweet, but every time she just say that to me, and I just laugh like you got the message.
Yeah.
But the point is this: resolutions are great. The origin amazing. What they do for you, good. They help you to put things into perspective. They do this and that for you. But what we do not want them to do for you is to break your heart, put pressure on you, steal your joy, and make you feel less than. And also, what you must take away from this podcast, I believe, is that you should see things from a different angle, which is the angle of breaking things down and being in touch with reality when you're setting your resolutions. Like me, who was earning less than 100,000 per month, and I wanted to buy a car of 2.3 point something million. That was unrealistic at that time, and I made it. I felt bad. All I heard was put it on the wall, put it on the this, put it on the that. There's a lot of that going around. So you need to be careful what you're allowing to pressure you. So don't pressure me. There's this song.
They said something. Yeah. They said there is no elevator to success.
Staircase.
You have to take the staircase. You have to take that steps. Those steps you have to take it. So just know that. Put that at the back of your mind. There's no elevator. Nothing is going to shoot you up like that. Woo, that way. You have to. And even skit makers, they are all young, right? You'll be like, oh, when did he even? He's just 22. He's 23.
When
but guess what?
We didn't have that platform and everything. It's different for everybody.
Thank you. It's different.
It's different for everybody. It's really different. Once we all come to terms with the fact that, see, where it face me, it turn back to you. Where if you talk just say and you me, that's the interpretation. So what that says to us is, baby, calm down, calm down. We need to.
Your time will come.
Your time will come. Even if it doesn't come, right, like what you expect, just chill. Relax. Keep going at it. That's what you must not stop. Keep going at it. And someone else will be faster than you. Someone else is slower than you. But just respect the tides. Go with the tides. If you're someone who swims, I think you have to follow the tides and the waves and how they go. Respect the tides. Do your resolutions. If by December you can't tick one of those boxes, it's fine. You are still here. The next year. But if you don't do resolution, it's okay. January 1 was just another Monday. It depends on how you want to look at it. It depends on your angle. Great and angles. It's been amazing. Thank you so much, Eni. I can't wait to have you on the show because we have more topics. This one, I just last minute, I'm like, wait, first show in January, got to do this. So I really appreciate your time. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Oh, I did.
We always have nuggets to drop. I enjoyed those rides when we say, let's go to one place. Maybe on our way, just like, can you apply? We just keep going. We keep going at it. So the day we realized that we're both Sagittarians, we're like, about job.
No wonder
our energy is giving. You click so well. So I appreciate you coming. I hope that you would come back again. And I hope that someone out there has learned something, that would help them this year to calm down, feel less pressure, and look at things take baby steps and look at things from another angle and have a better life. Until next time, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, Joe, let's subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Did you enjoy watching that episode? I am sure that you did. Do not forget to subscribe by clicking on the button below. And of course, share on your various social media pages. Share with everyone because everybody needs to know about gray and angles.